Welcome, fellow freaks, geeks, and nostalgic 90s nerds to my channel, Slime and Slashers, where, yeah, we talk about everything from Nickelodeon slime to horror movie slashers, but also horror fiction in general. Alright guys, today, it's been a long time. I don't know if you guys are ready for it. I really don't know if you're ready. It's time for another vintage horror book haul! I can't scream, so that's like as low as I can scream. I'm in a hotel. I'm sure you guys have noticed. It's a terrible background. I'm sorry. Enough of that, enough explaining. So let's go to the short intro, and when we come back, we can dig in to the vintage books. Welcome back, guys. It's been so long since I did a haul. So Paul and I are over in this area called Lake Charles, Louisiana, and it's because he has work, and that's where he is right now. I'm chilling in the hotel, hanging out, and I thought I might as well show you guys the books I was able to haul just the other day while here in Lake Charles. Some other things we did, we got to eat some crawfish etouffee. Well, not him, I got to eat that. He had like fried shrimp or something. Get out of here, shrimp. I don't like shrimp. I like crawfish quite a bit, but not shrimp. I also don't like oysters. I'm a very weird Louisianan because most Louisiana people love crawfish. They love shrimp, they love crabs, they love oysters. I only like crawfish the most, and then I like crabs a little. But when it comes to oysters, definitely no. And when it comes to shrimp, hell no. I don't like shrimp. I don't know. My whole family likes shrimp, but I do not. Paul's not super into shrimp either, but he'll eat fried shrimp. And that's what he had at this awesome Cajun restaurant that we went to. And then last night, I didn't film any footage of this, but we went to a little tap room with some pizza. So we had pizza. And then we may do something later tonight, possibly go to a brewery. You guys know I love breweries. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that's what I really enjoy doing is going to different places, visiting breweries, trying different beer, and buying books, bitch. So let's get into the books. This bookstore, I found a lot of cool stuff. I actually found a lot of duplicates, which I won't be showing because I might be able to send them to some people. So we'll see. I'm hoping I can either use them as reading copies or more than likely send it to people. But I found a lot of good stuff that I didn't have. The condition is not very good, but I'm still excited to have these. If I ever find something else in the future that looks better, I'll just replace what I found with a better copy later. But there was some stuff that I couldn't pass up. Just to give you an idea, so I bought 29 books, including the duplicates. I'm gonna show you like 24 of the books today, but it was about $62. That's barely over $2 a book, so it's not bad at all, in my opinion. When you're thinking about new books, like 3 new books or 4 new books is $60. So in that case, if you compare it like that, it's a deal and a steal. All right, the first one, and I believe this is a pretty good snag, Carnosaur. This is a movie tie-in. As you can see, he's like, yo, I'm holding this girl. And this guy's like,
roar. Driven to extinction, back for revenge.
This movie tie-in version was published in 1993. Next up is one of the duplicates that I am going to show you because I have this book at home and it's in terrible condition and I never ever hauled it ever before. So you guys didn't even know I owned this book, but I did, and it's really in bad shape. It's on one of my bookcases. I have it facing where you could see the cover because the cover is amazing. I mean, I'll show you in a second, but this is Dollies by Pat Graverson.
They looked just like pretty little children.
But obviously they're evil. I can't wait to read this one day. I'm sure it's not that good, but not as good as the cover, I should say. But who knows? It could be decent. But I'm just excited to own the cover, and it is signed by Newton. I'll show you the signature. But yeah, I'm just happy about this because this, although all the books aren't in great condition, and this one's terrible because Sharon owned this, and she wrote all over that it's Sharon's book. Like, I'll show you. Where is it? By the way, this was published in 1990. As you could see, such bad condition on the inside. Sharon's book. Oh, look, she drew little Sharons. The thing is, I'm pretty sure I saw Sharon spelled 2 different ways in this book, and I was like, she doesn't... Yeah, Sharon's book, and this is Sharon spelled differently. Sharon everywhere else is spelled with a Y, and here it's with an O. So what the hell, Sharon? You're spelling your name different ways, or someone else is writing your name in the book a different way? Very strange. Anyway, let's take a closer look now. Alright, as you can see, evil kids with whited out eyes.
Oh, why don't you hold me, Mommy? And then I'll stab ya.
This kid's just got a blank stare. I mean, they're dolls, but they look so real. And they're evil. The blood. Here's the signature I referenced to Newton. Obviously, we see this outrageous cover. We can assume, and you can see here, this confirms it, this book was published by Zebra. And it is fantastic. The cover just blows my mind. Next up, this is quite unusual. So I actually have this trilogy of books. This is a Christopher Pike trilogy. And the trilogy is called Final Friends. So there's Final Friends Book 1, Book 2, Book 3. And I have them in like these different colorful editions where like the cover is like these kids at a dance and there's like a dead body like with chalk on the ground or something. Anyway, that's like the covers that I've seen everybody show. I'm in this bookstore and I see this and I'm like, Final Friends, isn't this a different cover? So this is a different edition. And there's this freaking suave looking random dude, and he's got a necklace that says death. His hair's all spiky. There's a castle over here. I gotta say, this cover is much more intricate than the edition that I have at home. So the 3 books, the first one is the party, the second one is the dance, and the third one is the graduation. And this is probably a newer edition. Yeah, this is not even a first printing, but originally the books were published in 1988. But I just thought that this was so interesting in terms of the edition. I was like, I'm just gonna get it just cause. It's like so cheap. And it's a very interesting edition. And maybe one day I'll find the others. I mean, maybe this was the original edition for all I know. I don't know, but I have to research that. But still just unique. I'm pretty stoked about this one. So usually you see this book with the movie tie-in cover. I have never really seen the original cover out at bookstores before. I have seen the book, but I've always just passed it up because I'm like, I mean, the cover, I like movie tie-ins, but the cover didn't really speak to me in terms of it was just the actors from the movie. But this one's pretty great, and it's a first printing. It's from 1990. So this is The Devil's Advocate. I have never read the book, but I have seen the movie, and I've heard actually the movie is a little bit better than the book, if I'm remembering correctly. I think I've read that somewhere.
Let the guilty come to me.
I'm guessing it's the devil saying that.
Blah.
Whatever.
A true novel of crime and punishment.
And it's supposed to be like punishment in hell. Anyway. Alright, this was published by Pocket, as I believe I said, in 1990. And actually, the inside cover does say who the cover artist is, because look at this fantastic cover of this demon. Probably the devil, with the scales. Tipping the balance between good and evil. Anyway, so the cover artist is John Jude Palancar. I'm very happy to have found this. Here's one of the books I am referencing about, not very good condition. As you can see, the creases, a sticker. I'm okay with it because I really love the cover art a lot. And I actually have one other book by Judy Miller. I think it's Save the Last Dance. That's not in very good condition either, the one I have of that. But here we go. I don't know if it's a stain or part of the cover. I think it's a stain. I gotta clean these books off. The bookstore was so dusty, oh my gosh. So this, as I said, by Judy Miller, just like that other book I have. Phantom of the Soap Opera. So, obviously, this dude is trying to take over a soap opera star. He's like,
come into my lair, or into my TV set, or somewhere.
This was published by Dell. And it was published in 1988. It's a first printing. So woo! Sorry, the glare there. Very, very excited because the cover is badass with this freaking skeleton holding on to this lady, which is very similar to the idea of the cover of Save the Last Dance as well. Actually, I looked it up. It's Save the Last Dance for Me, sorry. So that's the official title of the other Judy Miller book. Next up, 2 books in the same series of books. I will say, I have heard of Daddy's Home before, but I was recently reminded of it by Cameron Chaney. He talked about this book on his, YouTube channel recently as a great slasher book. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to find it. So this is Daddy's Home by Paul Dell Anderson. But actually, I Googled it after watching Cameron's Patreon channel video. And I was like, okay, let me see about this book a little bit. It's actually available on Kindle. So if you're into slashers and you want to read it, I believe I saw it on Kindle. So as I was looking it up, it's actually part of a series of books, but I think they can all stand alone. I forgot what it called, like the Death series or something. I'll have to put it up here on a graphic, but I found the first book in the series and the second book. I really only cared about finding this one, and I don't know if this is just fate or what, or me putting it out in the universe, because literally I looked it up, no joke, this past week. I go to the bookstore on Friday, and I find the books. I remember seeing Clawhammer, and was the first in the series, and then I saw this one, and I was like, oh my god, both of them! Clawhammer, awesome cover. Of course, we've got a hammer in the name, Clawhammer, and it is hammering through this wall, and you see this creepy eye.
Something hunts the night, relentless, inhumanely cunning. It stalks the serene streets and elegant houses of the quiet Illinois suburb, shattering its victims' skulls and flaying the flesh from their still-living bodies in a maniacal, blood-drenched frenzy.
This was published by Pinnacle, and it was published in 1989, the year I was born, so very cool. All right, so that's the first one. So, Daddy's Home, awesome teddy bear on a cover, and according to Cameron, he's heard it's a decent slasher, so I'm kind of wanting to read it.
The nightmare will not begin until Daddy's home.
Just like the other book by the same author, published by Pinnacle.
Terror gripped the streets of Willow Wood as the grisly deaths increased. The killer struck in isolated areas, slashing young women into bloody ribbons of flesh with the precision of a surgeon. The experts knew he used a razor-sharp butcher's knife, but only the dead knew his face.
These next two are fantastic covers. The reason I'm grouping them together is I don't know if I own these or not already. I know I've seen them at bookstores, and I can't remember if I bought them or put them back. And this is why I have to update my little spreadsheet with the books I own, so that when I'm shopping, I can flip and look at my list and figure out what I already own and what I don't, because the covers are very familiar, but that could just be because I've seen them at other bookstores and put them back. Because maybe I was looking for, a better edition or copy, quality copy, or for some other reasons, like I had to put some back. So the first one I'll highlight is Harvest of Blood by Vincent Courtney, also published by Pinnacle. You could see the P here, and the P matches the green, so same color, green. Really love this color green. It's like a seafoamy green or something. And obviously, what's even better is the freaking artwork here. And this was featured in Paperbacks from Hell, so definitely a well-known cover and a sought-after cover. We can see these crows and birds in the background hovering over this man who is, it's almost like a crucifixion type of thing, but also like he's like a scarecrow or something, but he looks like a vampire. So lots of stuff going on here, but like it's just drawn to perfection.
Death stalks the streets of Miami in a crimson harvest of blood.
I love the tagline so much.
The death that is life, the life that is death. You will live on as one of the undead.
Alright, next book I'll feature is Margot by Dana Reed. Dana Reed has some really cool covers on her books, like, I feel like, what is it, Hellboard, which is like a Ouija board cover. She's got that one, which I definitely own and like. And I saw a few more Dana Reed books at this bookstore I went to in Lake Charles, but I already had the books, so I didn't buy them. And like I said, the quality of these books, they're not great. I mean, this one has, the standard spine creases, as you could see, published by Leisure. But, hey, it's a first printing, and I was like, I'm gonna get it. I don't think I have it.
They say the devil is a woman.
And if I do have it, I'll give it a good home. I'll send it off to somebody I know, and they can enjoy it. All right, this next one. It might be one of my favorites of this whole haul here. This is Hellcat by Amanda Kingsley.
Horror has 9 lives.
So yes, horror with cats on the cover. Great. Look at this, all embossed. Of course, there is lots of damage. This is what I mean. Chewed up by like a creature, not a cat, but probably a rat. I'm telling you, this bookstore was kind of gross. I mean, but I'm very happy that I went because at least I found all these great freaking books. And I usually don't care about condition, but when it's like chewed up, it's kind of gross. But I had to get this. I could not put it back. I don't think I've ever seen it at other bookstores I've been to, so I was like, I'm snagging this. This was published in 1992. Look at the eyes. The fangs. It's supposed to be like an evil meow. Whatevs. Here we have The Pariah by Graham Masterton, an author I've actually read before. And I really like this cover quite a bit. We got a screaming face and like this round circular thing, disc. This one published by Tor.
Hell walks among us.
Alright, this one I picked up purely because I would really love to read it. It's set around Halloween time, and that is why I snagged it. So this is Prank Night by David Robbins, and this is published by BMI, an imprint of Leisure. And there is a poem as the description on the back, so I will read you the poem.
Beneath sky pitch black and moon full bright, lurks terror twice as dark as night. Newly risen from the grave, hot fresh red blood it does crave. Grisly death it brings the brave, the cowardly will rant and rave. Halloween is a time for fright, but madness stalks the gloom of Prank Night. Dying is no trick or treat.
Oh my god, yes! This sounds like it's going to be the greatest ball. I know, like, notoriously, books like this are not good, but who knows, whatever. I'm gonna give it a try, and it might be great, but it might not be. But whatever, we'll see. We will see. To keep with the theme of Halloweenish stuff, here we've got an autumn-themed book, because autumn is in the name of the book, The Dead of Autumn by H.P. Dunn. And this was published by Zebra. It's a suspense book, so it's not even classified as horror. However, why did I get it? Because I had to snag this cover. Look at this marvelous artwork. The shadows, blue and oranges, just a freaking banging cover in terms of the color design. We've got this lone red shoe tossed aside in front of this creepy ass house. And just this autumn tree is just everything, honestly. This is what you want to see when it's getting close to Halloween, or the leaves looking like this. Even the font here is very nice. I love the blue, and then behind it is the same orange as kind of in these leaves. Also, the orange is, used for his name, the author's name, but love this. And then this blue, it's a little off from this, but I just like it. All the colors work very well together. Here's the back, and honestly, this is chef's kiss. I had to get it. I just had to. God, I know you can't see it, but my hands feel so dusty. It's gross. Like, I can't clean these off here. I don't really have anything, but oh, it's gross. All right, now let's look at 2 Charles L. Grant books. And I gotta say, out of all the books I own, I think I own the most books by Charles L. Grant in terms of, one author. I mean, there are a lot of authors I like, but for some reason, I always find some great Charles L. Grant books out in the wild at used bookstores. Now, I purposely buy newer books by, like, Grady Hendrix. I'd love to collect anything he's ever published. I sometimes try to get my hands on some Stephen King, but my Stephen King collection isn't too big. But in terms of how many do I have of Charles L. Grant, it's probably over, God, how many is it now? I can't even give you an estimation at all. I would say at least 9. At least 9. Now, 10? 11? I don't know. It's got to be at least over 10 now with these 2 in addition. All right, so this is Doom City and Nightmare Seasons. All right, first up, Doom City, the second chronicle of Greystone Bay. And it's like this whole series of books. These are edited by Charles L. Grant. There's a whole bunch of short stories in here by different authors, like Nancy Holder I just saw, Robert McCammon. So yeah, it's a little collection, but like, let's look at the cover. Nice silhouette of this lady. Kind of looks like a beach at sunset, but it also looks like blowing sand a little bit. Awesome moon that is a skull, which is the best part of the cover, in my opinion. and the font. So this font is kind of standard for like the other books I have by Charles L. Grant. As you can see, it matches this font here. This one clearly is in not as good of condition as this one, but hey, I'm okay with it. Just because I'm trying to grow and, you know, keep collecting more Charles L. Grant. Although, by the way, I have not read any. So this was published by Tor.
The sea is hungry, dark, and deep. Greystone Bay welcomes you. Ignore the storm if you can. The storm that rages and crashes over the bay. A storm decidedly unnatural.
Alright, so this one's published in 1983. This one's published in 1987. And that makes sense because look how bad this condition is compared to this. So this one's a lot older. Not a lot, but like by a couple of years. Yeah, lots of marks on here, lots of creases, but hey, I'm happy to own it. Another awesome moon and a looming tree. The great font that I referenced. Also published by Tor. And it says Tor Occult here, and we've got the old Tor logo. Or the older Tor logo, I should say. I somehow don't think I own hardly anything by Guy N. Smith, so when I saw this, and it's actually in decent condition, zebra horror, as you can see, look at the awesome spine. I picked it up. I was like, I need this. I need a Guy N. Smith book. Even though this one doesn't look particularly awesome like some of his other well-known books. But still, I was like, oh, why not?
Take good care of Marcel before he takes care of you.
It's like a freaking gangster thing or something. Evil looking kid here. Neighborhood. Kind of standard cover. I don't care. I'm happy to own it. This was published in 1995. This one, I just freaking love the cover. Like, this is awesome. There is a skull, and it's freaking in a mountain range. Yes, like a skull made out of snow. And a bloody axe in the foreground. Heck yeah. This is the Wilds. And I just really like this. This one's published by Dell. You could see it's rough here on the spine. Written by Claude Teweles. I ain't even gonna try. I'm gonna butcher it. First printing, published in 1989. Yeah, you can't beat the cover. This might be a great winter read, we'll have to see. I was on the hunt for Cold Front. I know it's super rare. That's by Barry Hammond. It's like one of my dream finds. I am on the hunt for it, hardcore. I look so meticulously. I'm like, where is it? Also on the hunt for Joyride. Spoiler alert, I didn't find either of those in this trip, but it's okay. It's fine. So the next 6, including this one, are some of my favorites of the entire haul, so I'm doing these last. So this one, Ghoul, I mean, that's a pretty scary creature. I would definitely call him ghoulish. Just giving you a close-up. I like the font quite a bit. Very Gothic looking. These sharp points here and some curves. Just really well designed. So this was written by Mark Ronson.
A gruesome horror lurks in darkness.
Doesn't it always? This is published by Critics' Choice. Very hard to see. There you go.
25 centuries after its entrance was sealed, an ancient tomb of the fearsome Valley of the Jinn has been uncovered by an earthquake. Soon afterwards, a nearby grave is desecrated, and horribly mauled bodies are found. The mutilation is assumed to be the work of wild beasts, and no one dreams that the archaeologists opening the tomb are moving into terrible danger. Lurking in the maze of tunnels and caves is a foul creature whose evil has survived for thousands of years. Its age-old hunger newly awakened. Only a legendary piece of treasure has the power to protect against the ghoul.
Here we've got an awesome cover. Freaking half man, half cat. You don't think that sounds scary, but it looks pretty creepy here. And also, there's a drop of blood coming off the fang. I mean, the guy's side of the face could be a little creepier. He's just like,
I'm half cat, half dude, hello.
But the cat side is very off-putting for sure. I love how the text is embossed in this nice kind of shimmery red. This was written by Mark Manley.
Manly.
In fact, I think the last book I hauled by Mark Manley, I did the same thing. Manly. Like, whatevs. Alright.
Will good or evil rule the earth? One man's awesome power must decide.
Alright, so this was published by Popular Library. And look, you could see the Catman on the side as well. And this was published in 1988. So hold on to your butts, because the next 3 books are freaking zebra books, and I'm pretty excited about these. Alright, so just to preface before I showed the covers, these are not in the greatest shape. In fact, out of all the books, I wish these looked the best. There are some other books that would have been okay if they looked damaged, but they're perfect. Whereas these, they look damaged, and I would have preferred they looked perfect. However, these are going to be placeholders. I'm just happy to own them. And of course, one day I do want to read all of these, so that goes without saying. But in terms of the quality, you know, I know it could be better. You guys don't need to tell me, but it is what it is. Alright, Playmates by Andrew Niederman. So this is the second Andrew Niederman book in this haul today, but this one's got the best cover in my opinion. It's way better than Devil's Advocate. So yeah, of course there's a frickin' bitch-ass crease here. I don't know, I was trying to not curse, but yeah, it sucks. However, like I said, I'm just happy to have it. Okay, so this little girl, she's holding this skeleton and really looking at it very lovingly, like,
Oh, let's hang out. You're my baby doll. It's totally normal that you're just some bones and you're wearing clothes that look all fresh and nice. Oh, nothing wrong here.
Shortcut to hell. You are a woman with a 5-year-old daughter traveling upstate to meet your husband. You expect to save a little time on a rural shortcut through the backwoods. But you don't expect the car to break down in a rainstorm. You don't expect the family that lives in the nearby farmhouse to be so odd. Nor do you expect to become their playmates in a violent whirlpool of unrelenting terror.
yes, as I teased, another zebra book, and it's in terrible, terrible shape. But I have been wanting this freaking cover for as long as I can remember, from the very first time I read Paperbacks from Hell. I love anything to do with evil toys, even if the book is not, you know, in terms of the inside of the book, is not as good as the cover. It does not matter. Toys in the attic, evil kid, super red eyes, holding a freaking nutcracker.
Oh, look at this nutcracker. You think it's for Christmas and cracking chestnuts? No, bitch, it's for cracking your nuts.
It's so dumb. Oh my god, I'm a fool. That's so dumb. This is by Daniel Ransom, and again, like I said, published by Zebra, and I love how a lot of Zebra books have a picture on the spine. Of course, it sucks because this spine has many creases. Still excited. This was published in 1986, and yeah, there's a sticker that I'm not even gonna, you know, attempt to remove. One day, maybe I'll find a very nice copy of this, but until then, at least I have it in my collection. Alright, I know you guys have been patient, it's been a long haul, but people like hauls, so I guess who cares that it's long? Hopefully you guys don't mind, I really hope. Please let me know if you enjoy these hauls and you don't mind the length, because I know I could skip a lot of the descriptions of the books, but I think that's a really fun part of it, is describing it, reading the backs, and if I just showed you the covers, it'd be over in no time. There's no suspense there. Come on, we need some, like, anticipations. This is pretty much my second favorite book of the whole haul. I'll show you my favorite in a second. It's almost tied for favorite, because I really like this one almost as much as the one I'm about to show you next, but I have been wanting this cover forever, since I read Paperbacks from Hell, and I just love how there's, like, a ghostly kind of ectoplasm flippin' set of hands reaching into a baby cradle, and it's called The Devil's Cradle by Kate Stewart. Again, as I said, Zebra book. I was telling you guys that the 3 books would be Zebra books, and they are, so the very last one is not a Zebra book, but this one is. And of course the back reference.
When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall. The devil's cradle.
Perfect. And again, as I referenced, you got the picture on the spine, but of course this spine is so damaged you can't even see the picture. It's okay. I frickin' am excited. And it's really not in too bad of shape compared to Playmates and Toys in the Attic. So this was published in 1992. These 90s horror books are so cheesy, especially the Zebra ones. But still, I don't care. I am so pumped. How could I get more pumped? There's no way. It's just fantastic. Look at the bow here, the nice details. The pink really goes well with this, like, Slimer green, like, you know, Ghostbusters Slimer. That's what the green reminds me of. And love, love the color of the font. It matches the bows, and just, it all works together very, very well. Last but not least, let's go, let's go, let's go. Drum roll. Here it is. So I have a lot of John Tiggs books, but I've never seen this John Tiggs book ever in the wild, ever. So we've got this evil-looking bride with a bloody dagger in the center, and half is normal face, half is skull face, and she's got a veil on. I mean, how can you get better than this? And this one's in okay shape in terms of the cover. Oh my god, look at the details. Look at her sharp, evil-looking nail. I'm not saying that people with nails are evil, but in this case it matches her lipstick, and it just matches the blood, so it just seems evil. And the blood is so well done, and the skull is just a great design. Oh, and then we've got a dark red font. So it's Kiss Not the Child. A very, I guess, lengthy title. Kind of a mouthful there, but still very, very happy about this one. Look at it from far away. It even looks great from far. And this one is published by Leisure. And the back also has a close-up of the cover. So you can see the eyes here, speck there, but still, oh my god. And this was published in 1985. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Unto the altar came the virgin bride, unaware of the raging evil that would soon possess her body and corrupt her soul. She was his vessel, and from that unholy union would spring a demonic child destined to destroy the earth. Kiss not the child, for he is guarded by the powers of darkness.
So yep, there you have it, my favorite book of the haul, but this is almost tied. I'm really excited. I hope you guys enjoyed, like, a lot of good stuff here, some zebra goodness, of course. Just wish it was in better shape, however. Not too bummed out about it, because at least I have it, and I've been wanting them for so long. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of impromptu haul, because I wasn't really planning on filming a haul, but I didn't know for sure if I would find anything. Luckily I did, and so I said I should treat people to a haul because people seem to love hauls. Sorry for the terrible background. I hate filming in a place like this, but it's all that I have. So hopefully you guys didn't mind too much. And I had a blast showing you guys my goodies. Have you guys acquired any cool books lately? Do you guys own any of the books I showed today? Have you read any of the books that I showed today? If so, please drop below which you've read and which I should, you know, dig into first when I eventually get to these. But yeah, so excited, so excited. Alright guys, I know it's been a long video. Thanks for sticking with me. I know you guys' time is valuable and you choose to spend it with me, so thank you ever so much. It really truly means quite a bit to me. Please consider leaving a like and a comment. That helps with the analytics. And if you have nothing to say, you could always just leave a orange heart emoji or an orange pumpkin, because I love pumpkins, or a ghosty or whatever. Anything spooky, because this is a spooky haul, so it would fit. Any kind of comment really does help quite a bit, and I always try to respond. It might take me a few days, but I do try to respond to every single comment. So thank you guys so very much for watching once again. But for this time, that's it for me. Till next time, you guys know what you can do. Keep on killing it. Bye, guys.